Hello everyone and happy summer. Since it is now officially summer, I thought I would recommend you 5 amazing books that are actually set in the summertime, that specifically say they take place in the summer, because I think it's really fun to read books that are set in the season that you are in, because then I feel like when they describe the heat, if you're experiencing the heat while they're describing it, it just makes the story come to life even more. So I thought it'd be fun to share 5 amazing books that are set in summertime. So the first one that I have here is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. On the back it says, working as an intern for a New York fashion magazine in the summer of 1953, Esther Greenwood is on the brink of her future. Yet she is also on the edge of a darkness that makes her world increasingly unreal. Esther's vision of the world shimmers and shifts, day-to-day living in the sultry city, her crazed men friends, the hot dinner dances, ... The Bell Jar, Sylvia Plath's only novel, is partially based on Plath's own life. It has been celebrated for its darkly funny and razor-sharp portrait of 1950 society and has sold millions of copies worldwide. So this is a darker summer read, but like it says on the back, it's really sultry. You can feel the heat coming off of the pages, and this is all about where she is mentally, her mental state, and everything kind of is just accentuated by like the uncomfortable heat that's around her, and kind of it almost like translates into her mind. Like it says, this is Sylvia Plath's only novel, so if you haven't read it, I highly recommend reading it. I also love this edition as well. I love the text in the background, but anyway, yes, so that is The Bell Jar. This next one is one of my all-time favorites, and that is Foster by Claire Keegan. This is also set, it says, it is a hot summer in rural Ireland. A child is taken by her father to live with relatives on a farm, not knowing when or if she will be brought home again. In the Kinsella's house, she finds an affection and warmth she has not known, and slowly, in their care, begins to blossom. But there is something unspoken in this new household, where everything is so well tended to, and this summer must soon come to an end. I adore this story so much. So it is about this young girl who she is not really loved or cared for very well with her family. Her parents have a lot of children. She is just kind of left behind in the silence and slightly mistreated, honestly. And so her father brings her to live with their distant relatives for the summer because her mother is about to have a new baby. And it's really about this girl finally getting the love and attention that she needs and wants. And there's also, like it says on the cover, there's something that the relatives have experienced, and it's kind of unspoken that she helps them come to terms with and deal with as well, and I guess like heal from. I don't want to say too much, but there's also a fantastic adaptation that is called The Quiet Girl, and it is a fantastic movie, fantastic adaptation of the book. So if you haven't read it, highly recommend it. I love Claire Keegan's writing. She is one of my new to me favorite authors, so highly recommend picking up this book. Again, it has so many wonderful descriptions of the heat and the farm that this takes place on, and the scenery of rural Ireland I think is perfect for this time of year. This next book I actually brought with me on my own vacation in the summer of 2021, and that is The Fortnight in September by R.C. Sherriff. This is about a 2-week vacation that this family takes to one of their like yearly holiday spots, vacation spots. It is set in England. I forgot exactly what the town's name is, and it doesn't say on the back or the blurb, I don't think. But this is a beautiful Persephone book. Persephone Books specializes in printing out-of-print books, especially written by women, but R.C. Sherriff was actually a man. So this is about, like I said, this family who goes on this summer vacation, and I brought it with me on summer vacation, and it was the perfect companion because I was reading about this family on their yearly summer vacation when I was on my yearly family summer vacation. So it just kind of felt like I started this book when we started our journey and finished it when we were ending our journey, and that's exactly how this book is laid out. So it was a perfect companion to go on vacation with. It's a very quiet, beautiful read, and it reads like a classic, but it's also, like, I feel like any modern reader, whether you read classics or not, could really enjoy it. So if you need a companion for your summer vacation, then I think this is a really, really great one. The next two I would kind of put in the same category because they both have very similar vibes. The first one is Call Me By Your Name by Aciman. I couldn't not recommend this book. I have spoken about it quite a lot on my channel because it's one of my favorites, and I actually went to a book signing with Aciman when he came out with the sequel to this book, which is Find Me. If you haven't read Find Me, I highly recommend it. I have heard mixed things, but I really loved it. I thought it was a great sequel. And anyway, Call Me By Your Name, it says on the back, is the story of a sudden and powerful romance that blossoms between an adolescent boy and a summer guest at his parents' cliffside mansion on the Italian Riviera. And so it is set in northern Italy in the summer, in the 80s. It has the perfect summery, warm vibes. This book just makes you want to drink apricot juice and swim in a river and fall in love. And what more could you want from a summer read? So if you haven't read it, highly, highly, highly recommend it. The writing is so poetic and beautiful, and just watching these characters deal with their feelings and fall in love is really just so beautiful. Highly recommend, of course, which is why it is in this video. The next one is also, like I said, kind of in the same vein, though quite different, and that is Swimming in the Dark by Tomasz Jedrowski. And it says, Poland, 1980. So again, like Call Me By Your Name, it is set in the 80s. Anxious, disillusioned Ludwig, soon to graduate university, has been sent along with the rest of his class to an agricultural camp. Here he meets, I forgot how you pronounce the character's name, Janus, and together they spend a dreamlike summer swimming in secluded lakes, reading forbidden books, and falling in love. But with summer over, the two are sent back to Warsaw and to the harsh realities of life under the party. Exiled from paradise, Ludwig and Janus must decide how they will survive, but their different choices risk tearing them apart. It is a beautiful, heartbreaking story. What I love about this one is it has historical fiction themes, which I love historical fiction. I love stories that touch on aspects of war because I think it just creates such an interesting story, and I'm really interested in history. And so I love the fact that this is not only like a hot, sultry romance, but it also has a lot of very heartbreaking and real topics on the politics of the time that created a very interesting dynamic between the characters, and I loved it. Again, like Call Me By Your Name, the writing is so beautiful and poetic and transports you into the pages of the books. All of these really do. So those are the 5 books that are set in summer. I wanted to just film this quick little video in case you were looking for books that were actually set in summer. There have been countless times when I have googled books set in summer or books set in winter or books set in spring. I just get a huge list of things that I don't really know like where to start or if I would like any of them. So I hope that this helps getting recommendations from someone who has read books set in summer that thinks these are really wonderful, and they do really have their own different vibes. So I hope there's something here that might interest you and maybe you want to add it to your summer TBR. So let me know if you have any book recommendations, whether it's books actually set in summer or books you think are just perfect to read in summer. I would love to know and add them to my list. So yes, I hope that this was helpful and I hope that you have enjoyed. So I will see you very, very soon in another video. And as always, happy reading.